Hello, this is Malorian, and what this is going to be is kind of a battle report. And what it really is Malorian versus Google. So what this is all about is the whole fact that years ago, I don't know if you guys can remember this, once Biden had a channel on YouTube, he lost it, had to restart completely. I was a subscriber even way back then, and I remember, just thinking like, man, this guy must be toast. Obviously not. He came back with a fury, but this can happen to anyone. Later on, this happened to Anthony from the Sustainable Center. Luckily, he was able again to save his channel, but it's one of those things that comes close again to just killing a channel when this thing happens. Well, this last Friday here was my anniversary. I took the day off. It was going to be a wonderful weekend, and then all of a sudden, when I'm going to go and update stuff in YouTube, I see that I have a message, and it says that I have all this unoriginal content. And what it really is if I remember when I went and I told you guys how I make my battle report, is I go and I grab these songs from these non-copyrighted sites for people to say, hey, use this for free type thing, right? So that's great. I grab those songs, I use them. That's the whole funk thing I used, but now I was flagging it for that. So, okay, well, all of a sudden these things are being flagged. I'm getting on all this sort of trouble. Well, it's not real trouble, but still it's being flagged. And I think, okay, whatever, that's no big deal. We're past this. I have to find some different music. So I have some sources. Well, while I'm trying to figure this out, I'm talking to some friends to get some music just for this. Well, then the next thing hit. Basically, I was going through my comments, I was putting in some replies, and bam, it pops up right on my screen saying, hey, you got to change over your name to either this or this. Now, in the past, it was trying to say that, hey, you should be trying to bring together your Google and your YouTube account and try and make it the same name. Well, of course, I saw that what happened to the Sustainable Center when he did that, so I kept on saying, nope, nope, nope. Well, this one didn't ask. This one said, what will your name be? Will it be Brian Sin, which is my real name, or will it be Mr. Malorian? Well, I said Mr. Malorian, and that's when everything went to hell, because basically, whenever I went to my YouTube there, it would now be under Brian Sin, and I would have no videos, no subscriptions. It's a completely another channel. It would have listed there, I can switch to another user called Mr. Malorian, but if I did so and clicked on it, it would just refresh the screen basically. It would do nothing. I start freaking out. I start talking to Anthony, and he starts walking me through what he did, but whereas he had another way around it through his phone, I didn't have that option. And one of the things that was really horrible with YouTube and Google is that their service sucks. So whereas I thought like, oh, that'll be great, I'll just go and email them, we can work this thing out. There's nothing like that. There's kind of like a tutorial and kind of like a read-through thing of, okay, are you having this issue? Then this is the answer. Is this your issue? Then this is the answer. And this isn't one of those things on there. And there's no simple like email where I can just contact them and tell them my issues. Now again, Anthony came out as the hero saying, oh well, here's the email of the guy that helped me. So I went and I emailed the guy and I told him my problems. Never got back to me. So I was fighting with this, trying to go through different help menus, trying to figure it out. And eventually in the end, what I had to do was log out completely, remove cookies, go back in, log back in using my old information, and then I got to go back in as Mr. Malorian. I thought, oh my God, thank goodness. Now the problem that kept on happening is it keeps on defaulting back. And now if I look at my Google Plus or at my YouTube, it's trying to default me back to the Brian one. Now on Google Plus, it keeps on doing that now. I've now got so YouTube defaults to Mr. Malorian, but it keeps on having those two different things there. And it's one of the things I'm wondering if I can do is just delete Brian and then everything will be fine, or is it linked and I'll be totally screwing things up. But as it's sitting right now, it's working, so I think I'll leave it. But I just want you guys to know that this is a real issue I had. And a big shout out to Anthony who kind of, walked me through. And if nothing else, I didn't really get any of the final answers from him, but at least it calmed me down knowing that there's somebody out there trying to help me through it. Now, of course, the music thing is going to be kind of an issue, although to some of you guys, this might be a good thing because you guys didn't like my whole funky music I was using. So now I got this new one. It'll be my battle reports from now on. But man, for those who went down and were using this free stuff, I guess watch it, because even though it's no copyright and free for everybody and good times, apparently it's not good times to YouTube. So just watch out for that and know that everything is fine. I was able to, after, oh God, let's say roughly 5 hours of trying to get this thing to work. Now it looks like it's all settled again. So the weekend was saved. Battle reports are coming, and there, I guess in the Google versus Malorian, Malorian won. Hooray!